We are live.
Let's go.
We I guess we need an intro, don't we?
Yeah, how should that go?
Like
What up, we're the Siamese twins.
Jesus Christ.
What's up, guys? It's Cage Side MMA. This is our first video, introduction video. We're doing a UFC tier list of current fighters. So we'll get that going. But first, I want to introduce you to, you would be my co-host, wouldn't you?
Yes, I guess I would be.
This is my co-host, Ryan.
What is up? What is up? Welcome to Cage Side MMA.
Yeah, all
And
right. We're
you
pretty stoked to be here.
you're
So,
Thomas. Don't forget to tell him that. You're Thomas.
yes, I'm Thomas. Sorry. My name's
Um,
Thomas.
but yeah, I mean
Okay.
this is our first video. We're hyped to be here. This is a long time coming, and yeah, hopefully a lot more videos on the way. But
Yeah, it's weird how it started. I kind of just we texted each other and we were like, we should start a YouTube, and you were like,
yeah,
really? And I was like, 100%, yeah.
and it just worked out.
It blossomed.
I
Okay,
love
all
it.
right,
Exactly. So
all right.
today we're gonna be doing a tier list of current fighters in each weight class that we just enjoy, that we want to watch.
Yeah,
Whether it's because of their personality, stuff they do outside of the cage, or the performances they put on inside the cage. It's just if we hear their name, we're tuning in. You know. So
100%.
we're gonna
Couldn't
do
agree
three
more.
fighters from each weight class, and Thomas is gonna go ahead and start it for us. Yeah. All right. So I'll let you take over, starting off with heavyweight.
Okay. Wait, don't look at my screen when I scroll down to look at my fighters,
I'm
because
not. I'm
some of
not.
them aren't all on the first row.
Bet. All good.
So for my, nope, not in featherweight, not in lightweight. For my first pick, I have Josh Hokett. Now,
Okay.
let me explain this. Do I think he's somewhat obnoxious? Sure, but he's got to sell himself, like this
Yeah.
is at the end of the day, like he's gonna go to WWE after this. I just know it.
Okay.
But
I
I
can
really
see
like
it.
Josh Hokett as a fighter. I don't think he's just a brawler. He gets in people's heads, and then when he's in there, I mean, for a heavyweight, he is fast. He's very fast. Great hand speed. Obviously, he's a D1 wrestler, so he has that in his bag. And I think just having that D1 wrestling background um, is pretty great because people never know, if he's going to shoot or if he's going to throw like a big punch. And not a lot of his punches are telegraphed. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I just like it because he talks shit. Can I cuss on here, Ryan?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Okay, because
I
he
don't. Yeah.
he talks shit. Um, and yeah, he's just trying to get a rise out of people. But
Yeah.
yeah, Josh Okett, good pick. All right,
I don't
pick
think that's a
number
bad pick.
two.
I like that.
Okay,
You know.
pick number two. This is where Ryan's gonna give me shit.
Okay.
Um,
I'm
the next
excited
pick
now.
is it cut off, but Tom Aspinall.
Oh, Mr. Tommy Boy.
And the reason for this
It
is
did cut
because
off.
it is. I just know what you mean.
No, just the picture of his fucking like nose and up cut off is fucking hilarious.
All right. So
Oh, sorry.
Tom Aspinall, before the Cyril Gahn fight, he was piecing everybody up. You
Mm-hmm.
know, really fast on his feet. Really good IQ. He's pretty adaptable, but it's hard for me to say he has an adaptable fight IQ because not all of his fights have went the distance. Like he's kind of gotten the finish pretty early per se.
Okay.
Um,
Agreed. I said okay, like I
other than
didn't agree.
that, other than that, I think he takes the right fights. He's not really dodging smoke from anyone. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but yeah, I would love to see him come back and fight Cyril Gahn, and then after that, John Jones will never come back and fight because
No, I don't even
he's
want
a
him to, bro.
he's a
Fuck him.
terrible person. Yeah, 100%. I don't care.
Fuck that piece of
Um,
shit.
all right,
No,
okay,
I like that pick though. I don't think that's a bad
okay,
pick. I mean, the heavyweight division was very shallow. It's not as shallow
yeah,
now. It still
with
is
Hokit,
shallow. But it's
yeah,
not as shallow with like Pinto and Walter Walker and like some of the
definitely, yeah,
other prospects coming up. But I I don't think we've seen enough from them
No,
necessarily, like
definitely not.
specifically. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
like Tom. I like Tom as a pick.
yeah. All right. Third pick on my list is the one and only Walter Walker.
Oh shit! Speaking of, okay,
You know,
again got
and
cut off.
really the only reason I like this guy is because he's won by heel hook, what, 4 times in a row?
Dude, I think so. Something like that. 3 or 4 times. Yeah.
And it's just the fact that, like, after he got the first heel hook win, he faced the second guy. The
Mm,
second guy should have been like, oh, he has a heel hook in his
yeah.
bag. Does it to that guy. And so it's like these guys know that he's gonna try and get him to the ground and he's gonna try and set that heel hook in. And nobody can stop it. I don't know. To me, it was just kind of like astonishing. I don't know if he's just fighting trash can heavyweights or with no ground game, or I don't know. But Walter Walker, I'll have him as my third.
Yeah. No, I think that's valid. I think, having any fighter, but a heavyweight specifically that's so well versed on one specific move like that is always interesting. But
Definitely.
I mean, like I said, especially when it's a heavyweight, especially when it's a fucking heel hook, like it's
Definitely, yeah.
interesting, man. He's
It
goofy.
is.
He's got a goofy personality. I'll
You
be
know,
curious to see if he can heel hook anybody other than bums, but hopefully he can.
100%. Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean,
I think that's my pick.
these big guys can't move well on the ground, so
Yeah.
maybe when they're down there and they are like, you can't really post. You can post up as a heavyweight, obviously,
Hmm.
but like once they start posting, he's just gonna sit into the heel hook. So
Yeah, I think it's valid.
yeah, all
Um,
right.
for my first heavyweight, um, it's funny you say that. Josh Hokett.
Nice.
I'm saying the same. I think he's a very funny
You have a little
personality.
deeper tie to
Yeah,
why.
I mean he represents Clovis, which is a a town very close to me, to say the least. And so I like that aspect, and that just kind of it's like a hometown hero kind of thing that definitely adds to it. But he definitely is obnoxious, and he I don't know if he's a better Colby, because I mean I fucking hate Colby. Colby
I
sucked,
hate Kobe.
but I don't know if
He
he's a
sucks.
better Colby or not, because I don't know if the trash talk really is better, but I think it gets a better reaction. You know what I mean? So in that
100%.
in that instance, it is better. But I think he's hilarious. The constant flipping off in the cage. Bro is the only person to get a fucking TKO by middle finger. Like it's nuts. Um,
Yeah,
and then the
I
fight
like
with
that.
Blades. You know what I mean? Just absolutely
That was
generational fight
that was a
for
proving ground. Yeah,
like
I almost
and
wish he went against Blades at Freedom 250. I just
dude,
knew Derek
that would have been
just
fucking
wasn't gonna,
insane. Yeah,
you know.
agreed. Derek was definitely a step down, but it is what it is. It was
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know. I like him. I think he's entertaining, and he brings a different style
yeah.
to
No, I like
heavyweight
that.
because he's so much lighter. It's just
Yeah,
I don't know. It's interesting.
definitely.
But alrighty, my next pick is gonna be Pereira with his move up to heavyweight. Now I know he only fought once in heavyweight, um, and I think we had talked about this, but I kind of speculated he would possibly move back down to light heavyweight, which I don't necessarily think is the best idea because of his body composition and all the weight he put on. But I just kind of speculated it a little bit. But I saw something that said he had tweeted or something like that he's aiming for a December return in a heavyweight. Um, Cyril Gahn
Mm.
is arguably the best heavyweight on the planet right now. So it's not
It's
a surprising thing that Pereira lost, I guess, if I could say that.
it's just
I
annoying
yeah,
because sorry.
yeah, you're good. I don't think it takes away from his legacy or anything like that. And I'm excited to watch him finish his career in heavyweight and see what else he can do, especially with the Josh Hogan fight. Like if they're doing that in December, that press conference is fucking generational.
100%. Yeah.
Even
I
though
mean,
Pereira won't say a thing, but It's
No, yeah,
generational.
Chama, Chama.
Shama. No Shama. Shama.
I think the what really pissed me off about his move up to heavyweight, I like the idea of it, but I think he put the weight on a really wrong way because he was big at 205.
Mm-hmm.
And he could put on a couple more pounds the right way because I'm sure he was just I mean, he weighed in at what, 251?
253, I think. Maybe
Yeah.
251. One of the two.
So what, 12 pounds off the limit?
Yeah. Which is
That's a big boy.
yeah, and he did it. I don't know the timeline. It was around a year. Like
It's
it was a,
fairly
you know what I
yeah.
mean? I think, or
And
maybe
that's
like two
that's hard
years.
to
But
put that weight on and then see what your fighting style is because you're gonna lose speed, you're gonna lose,
exactly.
you're gonna have more
Yeah.
power, I guess, but
Yeah.
you just lose a lot with that. So I would like to see him cut some weight and maybe sit at 235, 240. I don't know. I just think that'll be better for him.
I agree. I like that. I like that for him. It brings his speed back.
Yeah.
I do think the one thing that's gonna kind of loom on Pereira's shoulder is his chin.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
getting dropped by Cyril
Oh my
is
God,
one
dude, that
thing,
pissed me
but
off
by a
so bad.
fucking jab is like fuck.
Dude,
So
dude, and he like it was just like
yeah,
snapped his head back and he like lost. I was like, I remember watching it and I just said, no way.
yeah. I also think he needs to not cut weight for heavyweight, like because he cut weight for the weigh-in. I don't think he should do that. Like if I'm not mistaken, he did. I could be wrong about that, but
What was he walking around at then?
dude, I have no fucking idea. I
He
need
had
to
to have
figure
been
that out.
huge.
But yeah, he was too big.
All right.
Anyway,
No, that's a good pick. I
yeah.
like that. I would have picked Alex. You'll see later on. You'll see.
Okay. Valid. Valid.
All right. Third
Alrighty.
pick, sir.
My third pick, which based on what you said is ironic. I'm going with Aspinall.
Okay, nice.
I I think Cyril Gahn is like borderline interchangeable. He just doesn't have the
Definitely.
finishes,
And
minus
that's
fucking
I was on the
Pereira.
fence with that too. I was thinking, I was like, I do like Cyril. He's fast on his feet for a heavyweight.
Hmm.
Um,
But yeah, I mean, Tom has the entertaining finishes. He's got those like just uh, fucking I mean just immediate finishes. You know what I mean?
yes.
And it's always interesting and always entertaining to see somebody like that prove themselves or get broken in the process of trying to prove themselves. And so I'm curious to see that. I hope he comes back healthy and fights Strogan next, and that fight goes. I don't want to say the distance, but at least a good couple, championship round. It gets to the fourth, maybe fifth, and a finish in the fifth or something, just to really show that big old Tommy Aspinall can actually, bite down on the mouthpiece, which I don't think that he can't, but I would like it to be proven,
We have yet
not
to
just
see. It's kind
speculation.
of hard to say. Deep
Exactly.
water territory. I don't know if any heavyweight is gonna look. Aside from like, I wouldn't say Hokit has amazing cardio, but you know, it's not terrible. I guess like
Yeah,
better than Derek Lewis. Fuck.
yeah, that's fair. Okay, so my number one for light heavyweight is the one and only. I, I I'm coming. I'm
Alright.
coming.
Oh,
I absolutely stan Yuri. We both do. We both love him, but I absolutely love Yuri, bro. I remember watching, um, just like scrolling through YouTube and watching his finishes, and I can't remember what the first fight of his that I watched. I can't remember off the top of my head, which is surprising. But just his his fucking elbow and then spinning elbow KO over Reyes, the KO over Ozdemir. He's just a fucking marauder, and it's like it's entertaining as fuck. I really liked him being kind of a Max Holloway of the light heavyweight division, where it was like he beats
100%.
everybody but Pereira. I liked that. I thought that was sick because then he gets the belt back and then he moves up to heavyweight to fight Pereira, and it's happily ever after. But that's not MMA, not realistic.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, Ryan, you put me on to Yuri.
Dude, I don't even know how I found him. Like, I wish I could tell you who put me onto him or when or what, but I'm so
100%.
glad I could do that.
Yeah, and Yuri, it, you know, his record is 32-6-1.
Yeah,
23 of those fights are first round finishes. I think that says enough about, the kind of fighter he is.
definitely.
Um, and he's entertaining. Nobody knows, obviously people know how to fight him because he's gotten knocked out before, but he's so entertaining to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I see him go in, even when he was fighting Alex the first time, I was sitting there and I was like, I think Alex is gonna win, but I have no clue what year he's about to throw at him.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So,
That's
and
I
I,
remember real quick, sorry to interrupt. I remember when we
no,
were
you're good.
watching that fight, the second fight, he throws up that head
Oh,
kick when he knocks him down with the left hand, if I'm not mistaken, at the
yeah,
end
it
of
was a check hook or maybe
whatever
just a left
round.
hook at the end of the round.
Yeah, we were on, jumped out of our seats, and then the head
Dude.
kick at the beginning of the next round was just insane.
And he broke
Yeah,
his toe and he hit him because he
yeah,
really only hit him with like his big toe.
yeah. Bro,
And
who else
and
gets
that's
that much
one thing.
power
Like
from their big toe?
Alex, he still had fast kicks when he fought Cyril. So I think if I don't know,
Yeah,
he
no, I
does.
agree.
He loses his chin if he goes down in weight for heavyweight, but faster kicks, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah,
All right.
I love Yuri. The crazy samurai. He's an absolute goof in and out of the cage. I I love this man. I quote this man fucking daily. Like I did
Yeah,
just
every time we play Xbox or anything, you
it's
know,
yeah.
it is quoting
He is
him
quoted.
100%.
Yuri is a lifestyle.
He is, yeah. It's
But
not a phase, mom.
exactly. But alrighty. So my next pick is a bit of a not an I was gonna say like an underdog pick, but a bit of just like a newcomer, somebody
Wait, wait,
a bit
wait.
newer. Um,
Okay.
but I'm gonna go with Ivo Baranowski.
Oh,
I
nice.
fucking love this guy. I think I love the broken English. It just like he's so happy and he seems like such a. I mean he from all the videos I've seen and everything and his personality in and out of the cage like he just seems like a very nice guy, very likable
Yeah.
guy. He just fucking marauds, bro. I mean he just takes your fucking head off like first
Yep.
round finish after first round KO after first round KO. It's nuts. I know he's only had 3 fights in the UFC and one contender series fight, and his last fight was against fucking Junior Tafa, which doesn't tell you much, and was a leg
It
kick
does
KO.
not,
But
unfortunately.
I'm excited to see where he goes. It's kind of borderline the same thing as Tom Aspinall, where I'm excited to see him, get tested and get out of the first
Totally.
round. But
Yeah. We want to see what these fighters are made of.
exactly. But I love him. I think he's a fucking marauder. He's hilarious, and yeah, I'm excited to see where his career goes.
Sweet. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, thank you. And my last one, my this one was kind of uh, I had a couple other fighters that I could have done and wanted to do, but I decided to go with
It's
Paulo
Johnny
Costa.
Walker, isn't it?
It's not Johnny Walker. It's Paulo Costa.
Oh, dude, I'm so surprised. Dude, Ryan, I am so surprised you picked him because I thought about picking him too. I like Paulo, especially where he's headed.
I Yeah, and that's the thing for me is I oh voice crack.
Really?
I'm not a fan of Paulo. I'm not like okay. Let me because then he shouldn't be on the list. I wasn't a fan of Paulo Costa, and I did like Azamat Murzakanov, but I after rewatching that fight, I was definitely a little pissed in the moment, but after rewatching that fight, I'm really 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 fucking excited to see where he goes in the light heavyweight division.
Same, dude. I was
Um,
just gonna say, Mirzakhanov was, dude. He had a straight jab against Rakic, put him down in the
yeah, Rakic is
first
fucking
or second.
straw chin though, bro.
Straw chin, 100%,
Yuri
and he's
fucked
moving up
him.
to heavyweight. So
Yeah, that's fucking even worse. But
yeah,
yeah, I'm really excited for Paulo in light heavyweight. I think I think he had potential in middleweight, but I think Izzy was just there at the right time
Yeah, with who
to
was
to
there
kind of
at the
start
division,
that.
he wouldn't have beaten Izzy even on his best day,
Exactly, and then obviously he's got other losses and all that, but I'm
Totally.
excited to see him at light heavyweight with what he did to
Yep.
Mirzakhanov. I think, and in a first
Honestly, on
fight,
that
in a
secret juice.
debut in a weight class above, going from middleweight to light heavyweight, which is a big jump. Even
Definitely.
though he's a heavier guy, it still is a big jump. I'm really really excited to see what
Yeah.
happens. Even though
Yeah.
it took me
That's
a
a
bit to
pretty
like him. I'll say that.
valid pick. I
Thank you.
don't I understand what you're saying, because the build up for the Izzy and Paulo fight, and like Izzy's, one of your favorite fighters ever.
Yes.
So I would be pretty pissed. During that time I didn't like him either, so
Yeah. Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well,
Alrighty.
you want to move on to your middleweight fighters? Or
All
sorry, your
right.
light heavyweight fighters.
Light
My
heavy,
bad.
yeah. I
And
was like,
then your
wait, what?
middleweight. My bad.
All right. So, starting off first, close your eyes.
Okay, eyes are closed.
This will probably come from no surprise. Alex Pereira.
Okay.
Pereira, however you want to pronounce
Yeah,
his
yeah.
name.
Nah, the Brazilian way.
Pereira is
Fajeda.
correct
Fajeda.
dialect, but anyways, wait, Pereira is the way you say it in Portuguese, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
okay.
think.
So,
Brazilian, Portuguese,
Pereira.
whatever.
Um, Alex Pereira is, in my opinion, on the UFC Mount Rushmore GOAT list. Um, maybe one more fight at heavyweight, depending on who he fights, and that'll solidify it. But from what he's been able to do from the time he's been in the UFC, it's actually insane. Um, he's
I would agree.
he he's beaten Yuri twice, both
Mhm.
come by way of knockout. You could argue that the first fight was maybe a little early. I don't know. He did drop him though when he hit him in the first fight, but
Yeah,
Yuri would just seem fast to get up. So
yeah.
he had a war with Khalil Roundtree, and that was a great fight that I love to watch because Khalil showed him. He took him to the deep waters with him, and
Absolutely.
it wasn't like a one-sided fight. Khalil was, he was putting him on him
Yeah,
some parts.
Khalil started off very well and
Yeah,
did a lot better in that fight than I think a lot of
anybody
people
thought.
thought. Yeah,
Yeah,
he would do.
I mean, I think he shared more cage time with him than any of his other fights.
Yeah, at least in that. Besides Uncle Ive in the Lost. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely the
100%.
decision. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, Pereira, you know, obviously we all love his left hook.
Oh yeah.
Um, Kicks are amazing. He's just a. You look at him, and I get this feeling that, you know, I'm taking him 9 times out of 10 against any fighter, pretty much.
Yeah, he's got that
Um,
voodoo magic. You definitely
he
get the
does.
vibe.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But
All
yeah,
right.
no,
Yeah. So for
I think that's a great pick. I just want to add this. Sorry, I think that's a great pick, especially to top it off. Even with him fighting at heavyweight, I don't think it's wrong to put him at light heavyweight as a current fighter
Yeah,
because
and that's the only reason I did that. I know we talked before this, but it was just because he just moved up to heavyweight, and we've watched him at light heavyweight most of his career.
that, and I think there's potential that he goes back down to light heavyweight at some point. I don't think
Yeah,
he does, but I think there is a chance. I think there's always a
yeah,
chance, but
always a
I don't think he
chance.
actually will.
Just because he
But
knows he can kind of reign the division.
yeah, but I think he is arguably the lightweight. The light heavyweight goat.
Yeah,
There's Jones, but Pereira's
PD
natty.
is,
So,
and
and
you
he's
know,
not a fucking criminal. So,
100%. Yeah, I mean,
I think that's a great pick. I think that's a great pick
sweet. Yeah,
considering the circumstances.
sweet. Yeah, I think so too. My second pick is Mr. I'm Coming himself.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I'm coming. I love it.
Yuri, how do you pronounce his last name? Prochazka?
Prohaska.
Prohaska. Okay, I always butcher it for some reason. Yeah, Yuri, obviously, like I was alluding to with him, he's very exciting to watch.
Yeah,
Very, very odd, but the style works for him.
absolutely.
When you watch his training videos, he's punching trees. He's doing, just samurai type shit, you know.
Yeah.
And I like that he has kind of an unorthodox approach to fighting. Um,
Yeah.
I, you know, I think every fight he's been in, I've had him winning, except when he's fought Alex Pereira. You know, when he fought Carlos, I don't even want to fucking bring this
Yeah,
up,
that shit
but
was AI, brother. We don't have to talk about
um,
AI. That shit's not real.
you're right.
That
I don't
shit's
know why
not
we're even.
real.
Yeah, you're right. It's not real. Anyways,
He's not
I
even
love
fucking
Yuri.
pound for pound ranked, bro. Like,
100%.
fuck off.
It
It's
doesn't. It
not
didn't
real.
count.
Exactly. It was a fluke.
Yuri, love to watch him. Great fighter.
Great guy.
Really good distance control. He knows how to close the gap.
Yeah,
And he does have one shot knockout power. You know, and
absolutely.
I just yeah, he's exciting to watch, especially at a weight class like that.
I agree. I
Now,
think that's a great pick.
my next fighter is Khalil Roundtree.
Mr. Khalil, huh?
So I really like Khalil. You know, I started liking him because everyone's seen that video and he kind of broke down at the post-fight conference, you know, just saying how important men's health is, you know, and I like when fighters bring that into the equation only because, you know, they do one of the most dangerous sports. And when they can kind of show a soft side and not just the killer side all the time, kind of like makes me appreciate them as a person, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I think he's got a sick style, honestly. Sick Muay Thai style. Um, I really like the fight against him and Yuri. Thought he was doing everything perfect in that fight up until he got knocked out, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, I think if he went to a decision with that, I have Khalil winning that.
Yo, for sure, for sure. Khalil got
You
the
know,
first 2 rounds, no doubt.
yeah, but you know that's where at fault Khalil just he couldn't hold out,
Yeah,
and
it's just the
Yuri's an
cardio.
amazing fighter late in the round, so I can't
Absolutely.
none of it was lucky, but yeah, Khalil, I like how he fights. You know, he's been in some wars. Before the Alex Pereira fight, you know, he was. It's not like he was just in like these one round knockout, kind of fights.
Yeah.
And I love seeing him beat the fuck out of Jamal Hill.
Valid.
Fuck Jamal Hill.
Yeah.
Um,
He didn't.
the
Yeah.
Anthony Smith, that's not really like, he
Yeah.
shouldn't even been
I,
fighting.
no, I agree. I mean, getting a title shot off of withered fucking Lionheart
Anthony
Smith,
Smith,
bro.
bro.
Like,
Yeah, come on
yeah,
now. Like, I
that's
didn't really,
ridiculous. And the
yeah.
fact that
And
he's
that's,
getting
when,
Ankalaev
when he
off of a
got the title
loss.
fight, I was just like, why? But, after the fight, I was like, okay, this guy, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Khalil Roundtree. I'm excited to see who they face him with in the future. Other than Ankalaev, I know he's fighting Ankalaev. I don't know how that fight's gonna go. Ankalaev obviously is gonna shoot and try and mix in ground game and wrestling. I hope he tries to strike with him because I don't think he can strike with Khalil. But we'll see.
I mean, I don't know. What do I want to say here?
Like I want to say like Ankalaev will win just because he held the belt at one point, but
No, I think Onk wins
Alex
for
fought with a
sure.
torn MCL.
Yeah, but I think Onk wins for sure. I mean, uh, he doesn't have, not that he has crazy cardio, but Khalil doesn't have the cardio for it.
He does
He's
not.
taken too much
And
damage. He doesn't have the cardio, and I think
yeah,
Magomed's good off his back foot. He's got the counters.
he is.
I think I don't think it's gonna be a fucking shut out or an
No.
absolute, like, if he knocks him out or submits him, it's purely due to Khalil gassing the absolute fuck out.
Yeah. And I think it's from
But
ground and pound,
yeah, I would agree.
you know,
I would agree.
TKO type.
But if not, then Ankalaev gets
Yeah.
a decision. But
100%, yeah.
yeah,
All right, yeah. I mean, that's my light heavyweight.
cool.
Um,
I like it.
yeah.
I don't think it's a bad list. I could possibly give you some shit for Khalil. And
I
then
knew it. Yeah, I
obviously
knew it too.
Pereira being at heavyweight, but I don't think it's a bad list. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
light heavyweight, there's the top 3 weight classes there's a lot of moving around. There's a lot of people
Moving
moving
parts,
up, and at the end of their career and stuff like that. So it's kind of those weight classes are in a weird place right now. So I don't think they're bad picks considering the time.
Sweet, awesome. That's all I need to hear.
Alrighty, let's see
All right.
your middleweight.
My middleweight. Oh boy, you're gonna hate me.
Oh God,
Well, I don't know about that, but
what's gonna be like?
let me just.
Sean Strickland, and
Nah,
Sean Strickland.
nah, nah.
I love
My
watching jab and teep, jab and teep.
dude, yeah, jab teep, jab teep. It's my favorite. It's literally my favorite. Okay, my first fighter in middleweight is Bo Nickel.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
Oh Jesus.
Okay, my
I'm
actual
glad,
first. Okay, all right, Ryan. Enough of your
Shut the fuck up, Tom. All right, go.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Close your eyes, even though you already know who my first pick is. Let's go with my Kiwi boy, Robert Whitaker.
Slow
Um,
clap, slow clap.
slow
He's light
clap,
heavyweight
slow clap.
though. He's light heavyweight now.
I know. I'm sorry.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
He hasn't fought though, so it's okay. That counts
Yeah,
because he
not.
hasn't fought there yet.
Yeah, the
It is
Alex one was a
Friday.
little,
So it is
Um,
Friday. It is Friday.
Robert Whitaker was probably one of the, not the first fighters I saw, but one of the first fighters that I could recognize every time I saw him, and it was solely for the tattoo on the chest.
Valid.
Um,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
it got me into the sport more.
Uh-huh.
Um, I was really mad about the De Ritter fight, especially because he rocked him with that overhand. I thought he was going to finish him. The Chimaev fight that pissed me off, as you know, because he face cranked him or neck cranked him in the first round, which
Yeah,
I
that
kind
was
of figured was going to
brutal.
happen. I wanted a better fight.
Yeah, I
Um,
get it, especially with the way that Whitaker, or not the way, but the damage that Whitaker sustained.
100%,
You know what I mean? Fucking
definitely.
words, man.
And that's what, sometimes I see him fight and I'm like, does he not have knockout power? But he has KOs,
Yeah.
like he has 11 wins by knockout. And it did happen a little earlier in his career. I mean, he KO'd Alice Karov, which, whatever.
Bro, I thought
He
you
beat
said
Paulo
Alice
Costa.
Krov.
Ali Skarov.
Alice Garov.
Alice Skarov.
Bro, we got the next Chael Sonnen over here. Fucking
Dude, you're right.
Hazmat.
I don't know how. Hazmat. No, I pronounce his right. But yeah, the decision went over Paulo Costa.
Yeah, good win. That'll age well, especially.
Vittori isn't very impressive just because
No.
he's the decision king along there with Sean Strickland and Bilal.
I don't even know how the fuck Vittori got up to fight for the belt.
Dude, or like for real. But anyways, Robert, it's not necessarily, I love his style, but it's just I do love his style, but he's one of the first fighters that I kind of saw and was able to stick with. And every time I see him, I was like, oh, that's Robert Whitaker,
Yeah.
So, yeah, first pick, just kind of, what's the word? Nostalgic in a way.
Yeah, I think that's valid. I think that's a great pick. You can't go wrong with the first Australian champion.
Yes, sir.
So
All right.
yeah, I fuck with it.
Next
Let's see the
next
next
fighter is the one and only Israel Adesanya,
one. Israel Adesanya.
the last style bender. Yeah,
Love it.
I think I don't think I really have to explain myself here. Even though Adesanya is coming off of a 4-fight skid, which really hates me to say.
Yeah,
Um,
that does.
I love him for what he did. He knocked out Pajeda. And it was a gruesome knockout too,
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, he's just so fun to watch. Stylistically, every time he fights, even now, like I will always tune into an Izzy fight just because I got love for him.
Absolutely. I think that's a great pick.
Yeah, I mean, he's just He's so fun to watch.
I love it. I
But
love it. I would agree. I mean, definitely, you have the fall off and the four, not the fall off. I don't want to call it that, but
but
the
the skid for
yeah, the
sure,
4 fight skid definitely makes it harder to, I guess, to get excited for an Izzy fight. But it's
Izzy
like
fight,
at the
yeah.
end of the day, it's still Izzy. You know what I mean? So
100%, yeah, it's still Izzy, and we we loved for what he did early on and in the middle of his career, and you know, when you like a fighter like that, it really doesn't matter what happens. Obviously, I want him to retire if he loses his next fight.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, I like Izzy. You know, he always got love for my boy.
valid, valid. Alrighty,
Next, or my last fighter in middleweight is Fluffy Hernandez.
I like that pick. Okay.
Um, I was really surprised that Sean Strickland finished him. I thought that was going to be a lot better fight, only because Sean is notorious for jab and teep, and that's not how he won. So, um,
Yeah.
but no, I like Hernandez. You know, he's got a couple submission wins. You know, he's good on the ground. I like watching him. He's good up against the cage. He's got hands too. I I don't know. I need to watch more of him, but from what I've seen, I love everything that I've seen. You don't know if he's gonna win by knockout. You don't know if he's gonna submit you. He can fight off of his back, and I don't know what happened in the Strickland fight. I don't know if he just gassed himself or what, but
He is
he did not.
chinny to the body, my friend.
Yes, he he is yeah, kind of known for that, and
But
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
yeah.
I just like him. I think his next fight, he'll get the dub. Not gonna lie.
Oh, again, yeah. I forgot about that fight. Well, that's on the
And
McGregor fight, isn't it? That's
oh,
McGregor
I thought
card.
it was one after.
Is it? Am I
I didn't
fucking
I
tweaking?
didn't see that because I would have remembered picking him when we did our picks the other day.
Yeah. You're right. I'm fucking tweaking.
But what's it? Gregory
Oh
Rodriguez.
yeah, it's a fight night. Duh. I'm stupid as
So
shit. But yeah,
yeah,
great fight.
I think it's gonna be great.
Different video.
100, yeah, different video. Anyways,
But yeah, no, I think that's a good pick. I think his finish over Delite was pretty. I don't I don't know. I don't even know what word to use. You know what I mean? Like it was a very interesting finish. Um,
100%.
I I think it showed that he can kind of use his cardio as an advantage. Alrighty, so for my middleweight fighters, I have kind of an interesting tier list. So I got Izzy number one. Even we kind of went over that, but like I said, even with the 4 fight skid, he's still Izzy. One of the
Totally.
guys to get me in the sport. The cover athlete of UFC 4, which is arguably my most played game, like probably besides fucking Minecraft or Fortnite. You know what I mean?
Yep,
So
definitely.
yeah, I'm not gonna harp on that one too much more because we went over that quite a bit. But yeah, Izzy number one. Number two, I have Hamzat.
I was
Now,
gonna pick him. I
bear
was
with me
gonna pick.
here because I know I'm gonna get shit for this. Oh, his fight against DDP. Oh, he quit against
No, those
Strickland.
are those are
That's
fucking
two fucking
casual
fights.
takes,
That's
bro.
no, that's two fucking fights. The rest of his fights before that, and sure you could say, oh, they were against bums. Not really. The kind of most of them, not all of them. The
I
fights
mean,
were entertaining as
Gilbert.
shit. The way he was throwing people around, Gilbert was fucking insane. Kamaru Usman was fucking insane. Like
Yep.
the way he was throwing people around, and the way he fucking slept GM3 with the first fucking shot he threw was just disgusting, and it's just
Yep.
I, he's entertaining. I
He
think he's
is, dude.
entertaining.
He
The
is.
the hype definitely died down, and
Yeah.
he's not as scary and all that. Like I agree with that, but I think he's still entertaining. I think he's one of the most entertaining middleweights, and I think if he moves up to light heavyweight, now or at some point, I think that's a good move too. So
I think so.
yeah, I like that.
Good pick.
But thank you. My last pick is this kind of goes well with your last pick. Gonna be Mr. RoboCop. I
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I like that.
I kind of went the opposite direction. I feel like I'm watching real life Rock'em Sock'em Robots. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like
Yeah.
it's
With his
just
last
fucking
win.
yeah. I mean, with a couple of his wins before that, but especially his last win, just fucking. I mean, his chin wasn't as in the air in his last fight, but still, like chin up in the air, just throwing absolute fucking heat.
And
It's
he
kind
got
of
that loss back. So
yeah, exactly, and it kind of reminds me of Francis and Atiba Gautier and that kind of
definitely.
style, and
Yeah.
I like it.
He's
He's
big for
lost,
middleweight.
he's bounced back, he's fucking huge.
He looks like he's on secret juice when he fought Bruno,
For sure.
Ferreira.
Yeah, yeah, he's
And
huge, scarily
I
big.
did like that fight. I like the knockout. However, Bruno is kind of a blockhead.
Yeah,
He d- he didn't he doesn't move his, but he can take a shot. So the fact that he got knocked out was pretty dope.
yeah, that's fair. I think that's valid.
Yeah.
I would
That's a
agree
good
with that.
middleweight. I can respect that because
Thank you.
every fighter you picked that I was looking at and really questioning. So yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you, sir.
All right.
Alrighty, so
What's your
I'll
welterweight?
move on to welterweight. So for you, at least, this is definitely going to be obvious, but arguably my favorite fighter in general right now, is the Nightmare, bro, the Nightmare. Um,
Bandwagon.
Absolutely no. I remember you told me about him. So
Yeah, it was from
that's our
TikTok or
trade
something.
for Yuri, I guess. But
Yeah, 100%.
you told me about him after he KO'd Charles Radke, if I'm not mistaken.
It was bad. That
And
fucking
yeah, and it was nasty. And before that, I went
nasty.
and watched all of his KOs, and I was like, damn, this dude's got some fucking hands. Like he's he's built funky. He's got the really long legs and high hips and a short body, and it's like he's got a dope fucking style. He's got the touch of death.
100%.
He comes he comes to kill. His finish over JDM was absolutely disgusting.
That was
It was
impressive,
so
dude.
hard to watch, bro. Like
It was. I do love
genuinely,
JP.
like just I mean he kept telling him to get back up so he could get that highlight reel fucking KO
Yeah.
or whatever, and it was nuts. I think he's an absolute beast. I know
He
he's
rips the
talked
body.
about yeah, he's beautiful the body, but I know he's talked about not staying around too long. But I hope I hope he does. I hope he
I
fights
hope he does.
Ian again and absolutely sleeps that cuck.
Oh my
And
god, dude.
I would like him against Islam. I think it's a good fight. I'm not saying he
I do
wins,
too.
but I think it's
I'm
a
not
good
yeah.
fight.
I mean, at this
So
point, we have to cycle every fighter in welterweight,
yeah,
you know.
exactly.
So yeah, I like that pick.
Thank you.
That's you, me and you, we twinning them.
Oh yeah, 20 of them. All right, and then my next pick is I maybe a little controversial, but you know what a 45-70 is? What about a 45-70? So I'm going with Kevin Holland. I guess that you didn't get that reference.
No, I knew you were gonna
Okay.
pick him.
Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast.
I
100%.
I love him. I found out. Oh, when did I find him? I found him after he fought. When he fought Jacare Souza. When he got that KO off his back, an absolute disgusting KO. Like just such a
Definitely.
weird angle to get a KO, weird angle to generate power. He's fought anybody and everybody. The whole big mouth shit. I think he's funny.
Yep. Talk shit in his fights, like
Yeah, he
in
was.
green.
I think he definitely could have been a title contender, and could have been very good, but I
Yeah.
don't know if he didn't take it seriously or what. But kind of slacked a little bit. I don't know why or what happened, but kind of a win one, lose one, and definitely
There
don't,
was a
don't
point
like all
where
the.
he was fighting a lot, right?
Yeah, well, he fights like fucking 4 times a year, but I
And
don't like the
that's
shit
the
that.
problem,
Yeah, I don't like the shit that he did with Rampage. The 45/70
Dude, that
shit.
was
Like
weird.
all that was weird and kind of just the I don't give a fuck attitude.
When you
I
should
don't
with
like that at
Rampage.
all. But I think he's funny. I think he's interesting to watch. He's got an interesting style, and he's surprisingly really 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 good like everywhere. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
mean not really really
I
good,
agree.
but he's
But no, yeah,
good
very well
everywhere.
rounded. I agree.
Yeah. All right, my next one, I'm gonna go with JDM. I
Yeah, baby.
I couldn't really think of anybody else. Like there were a couple other people that I was thinking of, but I just felt like JDM was a better pick than anybody else. He's got beautiful boxing. Um his scrambles with Gilbert were fucking beautiful, leading to the
Yes,
knee KO. Even though
that
Gilbert
was
was a
beautiful
bit
because he
chinny,
needed that knee KO,
yeah,
up until that point.
even though Gilbert was a bit chinny towards the end of his career, I think,
Yes,
I
that was
think
a
it was
beautiful knee.
it was a beautiful knee, beautiful KO. I think his boxing is
Beautiful
beautiful.
time.
It's really entertaining just to watch a good boxer. You know what I mean?
It is, yeah,
Um,
because a lot of the boxers in the UFC, they're boxers, but they're brawling boxers.
yeah,
JDM, very technical. I really like how he uses his jab. Every time he uses his jab, he he ducks kind of. It's not necessarily a level change, but you know, he throws the jab and he's ducking, so he's always kind of wary about people throwing back and countering. And you can see it in his fights. So
yeah. No, I agree. I would agree with that. I think he. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I would agree.
awesome.
Cool.
I think that's a pretty good list. I don't know if it could get any better than that, especially with who you have to pick in that division.
Thank you. I
It'll be
yeah.
it'll be similar to what I got going on. Well, oh wait, let me think about this. You might actually fucking hate one of my picks.
That's okay.
It's not.
Yeah.
I want you
No,
to
that's
judge
fine.
me, Ryan.
No, it's okay. It don't matter. That's the whole point.
Fine.
I
Okay.
gotta make
All
fun of you,
right.
bro.
All right. Fine. All right.
Let's do it.
My
Oh
first
shit.
welterweight fighter is none other than himself, the Nightmare.
The nightmare. I love it. I love it. I have no
Yeah.
complaints.
What's not to like about Carlos Prates? Seriously, I mean, he's super entertaining. He calls his shots, and he's got a sick style. The Machado Cook Gary fight, I don't even consider that a loss, honestly, because I don't. And we were watching this. Carlos cracked him, and he just kind of like he didn't capitalize on it. And Gary was fucked. I mean, he was really scrambling.
Yeah, I
But
I would agree. I don't know if I can agree and say it wasn't a real loss because it kind of was. It wasn't
obviously, it's a
AI
real
like
loss. I just
Yuri.
don't like Machado Gary.
No, I agree. I agree. I don't like him either. But I think it gives another reason to enjoy that rematch and watch Carlos
100%,
take
definitely.
his
And
fucking
hopefully he
soul.
fights for the belt. Obviously,
Yeah,
I
that
don't.
rematch for the belt is golden.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
I really like that. But
Yep.
yeah, great pick.
Yeah.
I can't
So,
complain.
yeah. The Edwards knockout down the center line,
Oh,
beautiful. Set that up perfectly.
and dude, if I may,
Yeah.
fuck that motherfucker, bro. He knocked him out right as he was trying to eye poke him. Fuck Leon,
Dude,
bro. Like fuck
classic
that
Leon.
cheating bullshit. I was so glad he fucked, bro. He hit him so goddamn hard. Leon was like, oh, that kind of felt good. Like
Yeah, he was smiling.
literally, bro. It was
Dude.
beautiful, beautiful.
All right.
Thank you for reminding me of that. To be honest.
Oh yeah, of course. So my next fighter in this division Probably comes as no surprise. I'm so sorry the fucking picture's cut off. I really like JDM, and the Carlos Prates fight really hard to watch.
Yeah.
And not that we already knew the outcome of the fight because it's not like JDM some, nobody, but I just Carlos had a different feel about, even in the weigh-in or the weigh-ins and the face-off, JDM looked scared.
Yeah, I would agree. I
So
would
yeah,
agree.
I like JDM, very technical boxer, underrated on the ground, I think,
Yeah.
especially with the Gilbert fight that
Not
showed a
against
lot.
Islam.
Not against. I was almost about to say underrated takedown defense, but that's not the word I wanted to use.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, no.
He
But
does
yeah,
have good takedown defense.
I really like him. He's from the. If I correct me if I'm wrong, but he's a Contender Series fighter, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And did he come from Cage Warriors?
I think he came from whatever the fuck the Australian promotion
Okay,
is.
yeah. Okay.
If
Yeah,
I'm not
anyways, very
mistaken.
technical boxer. I really like how he uses his jab. Good counter puncher. He's got good power. Yeah, I'm curious to see what they have up next for him.
Yeah, I agree. I
And I
agree.
guess I'm sorry for whoever he has to, or sorry for whoever his next opponent is, because I don't know who else in the division that can kind of do that to him. But anyways,
Yeah, I mean,
it'll be for another video.
yeah, no, I agree. I, he just to answer, he fought in Eternal MMA.
Oh, okay.
That's
Nice.
the Australian
Nice.
promotion.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, my last pick for welterweight. This might come as a surprise to you, but I really like him. Sean Brady.
Sean Bradstone, the fucking
Yes,
pillow hand
that's right.
marauder, huh?
Mr. Philly himself.
Mr. Philly.
Obviously the Morales fight didn't showcase a lot of Sean Brady's skill, and I want to point out that when he lost, I knew that wasn't everyone was just like Sean Brady, fucking dog shit, like I don't think that is a good way to define who he is because
Yeah.
he beat the shit out of Joaquin Buckley.
Yeah.
I really like Sean Brady's BJJ. I know that might be a casual take to say because that is his strength, but he is so fun to watch on the ground. I mean, you can tell when he's going to full mount side control, when he's passing people's guards, and it looks very fluid. It looks like he's going to do it, and nobody else really has a choice. So,
Yeah.
yeah, very underrated BJJ. I'm curious to see who they have him fighting next. Does he have a fight set up next?
Not that I know of, but I would really like to see. Let me fucking.
Yaroslav Amosov?
Yeah. That guy.
No, I
I would
agree.
really like to see that fight. It definitely is a step down for Brady, and a decent step up for Amasov, or however the fuck you say his name. I apologize, but yeah, I like that fight. But whoever Brady fights, I'm interested to see. I think that's a good pick.
Yeah, I think I do agree with wanting to see him fight Amosov, however you say his last name.
Yeah.
Why not? Why don't we just give him Gabriel Bonfim? He's one up above him. It makes sense in the rankings.
Bonfim called for JDM, and that might be the fight that they actually make next. So
JDM's gonna fucking kill him.
But you got that welterweight title curse, brother.
That's true, 100%.
That's the only thing I'm worried about. It's like
Yeah,
those curses
100%.
aren't real, but those curses are fucking real.
100%.
So
I couldn't agree more. I mean, yeah, I'm not to say Bonfim isn't exciting, but the Muhammad win decision, and then he knocked out Randy Brown. That was weird.
yeah,
Um,
but then again,
and then
those are
Wonder Boy,
JDM's wins.
that's true. 100%. I won't even say 100%.
So,
Yeah, welterweight ranking. Yeah, that's my welterweight list.
I think that's a great list. I can't complain. You got a little bit of both, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you know what it is. All right,
Okay.
partner.
Alrighty. You want to move on to
Let's
lightweight?
take a look at that lightweight. The best is blessed.
Blessed, brother.
So, I love Max Holloway. He's probably He's probably one of the first fighters that I watched aside from Robert Whitaker, and was able to tell him apart from other fighters when I was super young.
Yeah.
But I love Max Holloway. I like um, you know, great boxer. Kind of got that brawly style, but he's technical. He has a great 1-2. He strikes down the center line. Um, Good combos, good counters. He can flow into southpaw if he wants to. Um, but yeah, I love Max Holloway. I really want him to rematch Topuria at 155. I think that's going to be a completely different fight. Not that I don't think he's going to get chinned, but it's such a gnarly cut for him to go and fight at 145, and he doesn't have the power at featherweight.
Yeah.
So, you know, I I don't know. I just like him at lightweight, and let me say this. Fuck Conor McGregor. All right. I think he's gonna win by way of knockout in round 3.
We'll see.
That's for another video.
That's another video.
I just had to get it out there.
That's fair. That's fair. But no, I like
But
that
yeah,
pick. I think Max is a great pick. Even though he is moving up to welterweight, and even talking about staying there, I fucking hope to God he doesn't. He shouldn't. But he
I
hasn't
don't
fought
think
there
he should.
yet. I think lightweight
But we
Max is
don't
a
know yet.
great pick. Yeah, I mean, everything Max has done in the featherweight division, kind of leading into the lightweight division, and then having that KO over Gaethje and all that. Even
Yeah.
with the loss to Oliveira, it's like, you know,
And that one kind of pissed me off just because it was a BMF belt, not a GMF, grappling motherfucker, like
fucking or
I just I
BSMF, ball sniffing
yeah,
motherfuckers. No, I get it.
100%.
I get it.
But yeah, and I got love for Oliveira, so yeah. I mean, Holloway throughout his career, he's really got some great wins under his belt. Jose Aldo,
Yeah,
um, I like the Qatar fight just because Qatar was talking so much shit in that fight. But yeah,
yeah.
Max
Fucking
Holloway,
fuck his
he's
face up.
probably up there as one of my goats, and from what he's done in the featherweight division, has already solidified him as one of the, um, he's gonna go in the Hall of Fame for sure.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely,
So yeah, my
absolutely.
next pick
Great pick.
is what were you gonna say?
I was just saying, great pick.
Oh, awesome. My next pick is going to be Charles Du Bronx. I don't care. I'm always gonna know him as that.
The Bronx.
Charles Oliveira. Yeah, I love Oliveira. I like his story. He's kind of a journeyman fighter, and then he went on that crazy rampage.
Yeah.
Um, he's one of those fighters that you look at and you just say people can change. And he got, when he had his kid. I don't know. I don't want to say that's all the glory to why he's done so well, but it kind of did spark a different fire in him. Arguably some of the best BJJ, and his stand-up game is awesome. I love how he incorporates elbows a lot. Um,
No, I mean I would agree. I think Charles has got a very entertaining style, and those elbows specifically that you mentioned. He hit Taporia
yep.
with them, and he comes to fight, whether he is gonna grapple and try to find a submission, or he's gonna fucking throw down with you. He's gonna get dropped, and then he's
Yes, he
gonna
will.
fucking he's gonna
He's
take your
going
head
to get
off,
chinned.
and
Yep,
I
that's
love
just how
it.
it is, and that's arguably a terrible person to fight, to know that you
Yeah,
can put him down and then he's getting up and all of a sudden you're getting pieced up. So
that's scary, bro.
yeah,
That definitely hurts the confidence for sure.
definitely. All right.
Yeah.
My third pick, I think you'll be able to guess this, Ryan,
Let's see. I think so. I think it might be
is
mine as well.
Mr. Quillen Saltiel.
Quillen.
My boy.
Love him.
Obviously, his last win against Dariush, we knew he was going to KO him if he connected because he has a straw chin.
Yep. Yeah.
But, he has shown a lot of promise since coming into the UFC.
I
Not
would
just
agree.
from his knockouts, but his submissions too. He can fight off of his back. He can grapple. He can wrestle. He has underrated takedown defense. He's very well rounded, and his next fight's against Gamrot,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
I have him beating, Gamera. I mean, obviously for a different video, but I'm excited. I'm
Yeah,
excited to see what he can do in these next couple fights. And I think in the lightweight division, he is somebody to watch out for. I mean, he's dangerous.
I would agree. I would agree. He is young and he is early in his career and just fought his first ranked opponent, and it is Dariush, which is like you mentioned Strachan, and even he got
Yeah.
dropped by Dariush, but Dariush has got power. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, he
he
does.
has underrated power. So
Yeah.
I don't knock it. I think I like the Gamrot fight. I like that he called him out, and I like that he got that call out. I think it's a
Definitely.
very tough fight. Like
It is.
it is a big step up. However, I, I I'm not like, oh, Quillen's fucked. You know what I mean? I don't think it's that big of a step up or
No.
anything like that. You know what I mean? But it is a,
But
a,
it's
a good step up. I think it'll be a great
yeah.
fight. He has potential to lose the fight, obviously.
Yes,
But I
definitely.
think
He's got to be alert.
exactly. But I think if he wins, arguably almost in any way, and I hope it's not an immediate KO, it
Same.
it's only gonna do good for him. So
Definitely. I
yeah,
agree.
no, I like that pick. I love Quillen. I'm excited to see where his career goes.
All right, my friend. Your turn.
Alrighty. So for lightweight, I am gonna I'm gonna start off the same as you, Max. I think he's very entertaining. Featherweight to lightweight, the UFC 300, knockout over Gaethje, just
Yep.
as Dana White calls it, the ultimate oh shit moment. I can't believe
Yeah.
I'm quoting Dana White right now, but whatever. Um, yeah, I mean, we talked about it, so don't need to go into that too much more. But yeah,
Yep.
I don't, it's Max, so can't go wrong.
Yep.
Moving on to number two. Um, I'm gonna go with Rufy, Mauricio Rufy. Kind of keeping it up with the fighting nerds. I guess even though he's not really a fighting nerd anymore.
No, that's a good pick. I mean, I was on
So,
the fence about that. It was between him and Charles. I do love Rufy, not gonna lie. I
yeah,
am a big fan. Big fan.
hell yeah. I mean, me too. He's got that kind of new Connor style, and
Yep.
the anime inspiration for the name is kind of cool and all that. So yeah. I mean, I honestly don't have much to say about Rufy. The scissor sweep is fucking crazy. I'd like to see him
Oh,
pull
dude.
some of that shit out
Yep.
more. He's got nasty hands. He's got nasty power. He's got nasty timing.
Nasty kicks.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just ready to see him. Do more. I just want
Yep.
to see him fight more.
Yep.
But yeah,
I I arguably thought when he fought BSD, it was a little too early to fight him.
I kind of did
Um,
too. I will agree. The hype train in me thought he would win, though. I will say that.
Same here. But what I was kind of nervous about was his BJJ and his takedown defense.
Yeah,
And I knew BSD was gonna, you know, if he was gonna find a weakness in that if he had it.
yeah.
But now that he's training with Volk, I mean, I only got great expectations for him. So
Yeah, no, I would agree. I'm excited to see. It is kind of it does suck that he's leaving the fighting nerds and all that.
totally,
Because I liked that group. I thought it was a cool group and all that. But I like that new training camp, and I'm really excited to see how Volk can help his game grow. Yeah.
yeah,
Sound like a
good
squeaky
pick.
toy. What the fuck was that? Thank you.
Yeah,
And, and then my last pick is Quillen as well.
boo.
I I love Quillen, man. We talked about that one as well, but
Yep,
just very entertaining. Kind of, I don't want to say like crazy knockout power, but just fucking knockouts out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And I like that kind
100%,
of
dude.
stuff.
Yeah,
I think that's
who doesn't?
entertaining. It's like a jump scare, but it's not scary. It's
Because you kind of
amazing.
anticipate it. Like
Yeah, exactly. But it's like it's it's something that's exciting to see. It's not something that's scary to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
But yeah,
it's great. That's a goated list.
thank you. So
Drum roll.
I'm gonna start it off with the featherweight goat, undeniable in my opinion, Alexander Volkanovski.
Let's
Um,
go.
he's not a very high finisher as
No,
most of the other fighters on my list are, but he's so technical and he's so advanced in everything that he does. I just can't help but like be in awe essentially when I'm watching. Like
definitely.
his
Yeah,
finishes and his finishing sequences against Yair and the fights against Max and that trilogy where even though maybe he didn't win all three fights, he still won all three fights. You know what
he
I
did.
mean?
Yeah,
Like
100%.
I think it's undeniable. I think he's very entertaining. You know, just all around, whether he's
Yeah,
getting
I
a finish
agree.
or whether he's not. But
I couldn't agree more. He's very strong. He's a pressure, like he forward pressure fighter.
mm-hmm.
Very quick in and out strikes. He knows how to set up his shots, and for being a featherweight, he's so fucking strong, dude.
Dude, I know.
Against Islam won. I like the first fight.
Yeah.
That was a crazy fight,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I didn't like the second Diego Lopez fight just because it seemed like a tune-up fight, and also why the fuck did it even happen?
Yeah, especially
But the
twice.
first fight, yeah, we didn't need to know that Volk could beat him the second time.
Yeah, it's like we saw him
But
beat him circling left, and then we saw him beat him circling right.
I
It's
know,
like
dude.
it's
Yeah,
the
but
same fucking fight, just counterclockwise or clockwise,
yeah,
whatever.
it
whatever.
was a little bit more competitive the first fight just because Volk did
Definitely,
get kind of stunned.
definitely more competitive the first fight.
But that just goes to show how adaptable Volk is in
Oh
his
yeah,
fights. You know, I
absolutely.
I have him in my tier list as Egg Volk, but
Egg Volk, I love it. I
yeah,
love it, bro.
shout out Cooking with Volk. He's just a YouTuber.
Facts. He is. He's just a cook, man. I love it. Yeah. All right. On
Right.
to my next pick. I'm gonna go with Steve Garcia. I
Great pick.
I love Steve. I was very sad to see um, him get knocked out on the White House card. But I just think he's very entertaining. All the highlights I've seen and the fights that I've seen, you know what I mean. He gets knocked out or knocked down and is about ready to get finished, and then just powers through and just absolutely fucking starches his opponent, and it's fascinating. Like it's just interesting to watch. It's very entertaining to watch somebody do that. I think he's got a cool style. He's very lanky. I like his boxing, and yeah, I'm Diego was arguably too big of a step up as well. I know we had mentioned that earlier for a fighter. BSD for Roofy. I think it was maybe a bit too much of a step up, but I like that he was on the White House card. I'm
Agree.
excited to see where he goes. I think he's entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, great pick. Steve Garcia, you know, he came from what, Bellator?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was piecing dudes up in Bellator. When we both heard that he was coming over to UFC, I think we both got pretty excited.
Oh yeah.
Great pick. I mean, like you said, maybe the Diego Lopez fight was a little bit too big of a step up, but he showed that he can hang with the big fighters. Just because he got knocked out doesn't mean he wasn't piecing Diego Lopez up.
Exactly.
And even though he is susceptible to getting hit a lot, he was getting rocked.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, great pick.
He was. Thank you. Yeah, that fight, that was a good fight. Either way, but and then my last pick. Now I think out of any pick, you're arguably gonna give me the most shit for this one. There were a couple other fighters that I wanted to pick, but I decided on this guy just because of what he's done in the octagon, and all personal bias aside, even though this is kind of about personal opinions, which it is about personal opinions, but I had to put Diego Lopez. I look,
I don't think that's a bad pick at all.
I
Seriously, bro.
I I like John Silva a lot, and him knocking Silva out pissed me the fuck off. I thought
Yep.
him getting 2 title shots against Volk was ridiculous. It pissed me the fuck off,
Ridiculous.
and a lot of that shit made me dislike Diego Lopez. Not his performances, but just him as a person, I guess, and as a name, and that fucking haircut, bro. I'm sorry, it's
Terrible,
so
dude. It's
bad,
bad. He needs
but
to just get a normal haircut.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, he's got an absolute granite fucking chin, and he just
Dude, he
throws
does.
down. He's entertaining. He comes to fight every time. He talked about moving up to lightweight. I think he officially is. I like that move.
I do too. He is kind of slow, but
A little bit, but I think
he has the
lightweight does him
power.
well, and that especially because he's slower. I think lightweight does him well, but yeah, I don't know. He might have the best chin. You know what I mean? Like he might have taken
I agree.
that crown from Max. I guess we'll find out if and or when it gets cracked. But,
Yeah, 100%. I think that's a great featherweight list. I don't give you any slack for the Diego Lopez pick because I do like Diego Lopez as a fighter. I mean, how could you not?
Yeah.
He has proved himself, you know?
Yep. Yeah, I would
So,
agree.
not proved himself all the way, but I mean,
Yeah.
Jean Silva, Steve Garcia,
No,
you know,
absolutely.
he hung with Volk. Not hung, but he didn't get knocked out, you know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Didn't get finished for
it's
sure.
yeah, not a bad pick at all. I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Thank you.
All right. So, my featherweight rankings. This will probably come as no surprise. My first fighter I got in there is the man himself, Alexander
Volk.
Volkanovski.
Love it. Can't even see who it is.
Um, I know, yeah, that is so my bad. In our next tier list video, I promise to everybody I will do a much better job setting up. Yeah. What's not to like about Volk? You know, like
Yeah.
you said, he doesn't finish a lot of fighters, but when he fights and takes it to decisions, you know who won. You know, very, very great takedown defense. Good takedowns as well. You know, he has great takedowns. There's just I can't say anything bad about the GOAT. You know, of
Yeah.
featherweight division.
I would
So
agree.
yeah.
I would agree.
It'll be very sad when he retires, and I might shed a tear. You might give me flack for this next one. Well, okay, I'll save this one for last. I'll do the one that I don't think you'll give me flack for. Maybe you will. I don't know.
Anyway,
Kevin Vallejos.
great pick. Love it.
I really like Kevin Vallejos. You know, is Emmett Smith on his way out? Yes, but that doesn't. You know, he's still a brawler. You know, he's still.
Josh Emmett.
Gosh, yeah, fuck, dude. I'm really butchering tonight.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I really like Vallejos and what he's done so far. I think he has very slick technical boxing, very good combos as well. He's very fast, and I'm curious to see who they'll put him up against next. I really have no idea. You know, because he's already fought Silva, right? He lost the decision,
Yeah.
and maybe I'd like to see that second fight just because he's got a little bit more confidence. I know when he fought Jean Silva, he looked a little timid, kind of like he was afraid to let his hands go. But yeah, I really like Vallejos, and I'm excited to see what they'll do in the future for him. I think, yeah, between the speed and the slick boxing and the power, yeah, what's not to like?
I agree. I can't give you any shit for that pick at all. I think Vallejos is a very entertaining and interesting contender. You know what I mean? Like the performance against Josh Emmett and his prior performances, and even the performance against Silva, even though he lost, I still think it was a fairly decent performance on his part.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I love that pick. I'm very excited to see where he goes. I have no complaints.
Sweet. You might have a complaint about this last one.
Okay.
So for my last pick at feather, I know you know who this is, but
I actually
Jose
don't.
Miguel Delgado. I think he mixes up all of his shots very well. He has really good kicks, good calf kicks. He's a good striker, and he fights good with forward pressure. But um, I just haven't seen enough of him yet. But I just I think he's a good up and comer in the featherweight division, and I think he's going to be there at the top um, soon.
Yeah,
So,
I you know I'm not too familiar with him myself, um, but I don't dislike the pick. I think he's had some very good performances in the UFC.
yeah,
It's just definitely the level of opponent that he's facing. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't dislike the pick. I gotta give you shit because that's what I'm gonna do. But no, I don't think it's a bad pick. I can't complain.
nice. Yeah, well, sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty, let's move on to bantamweight. What you got?
Now for bantamweight, Mr. Petr Yan.
Love it. Love it.
And I liked him before he fought Marab. I didn't I guess I really started paying attention to him when he fought O'Malley.
Uh huh.
Um but I just think all around he is a great fighter. He has great boxing. Um I really like how he integrates judo and kind of sambo style into his fights. We've seen him do the judo throws. Um Great takedown defense. Um I mean, we saw that in the Marab fight, because Marab's been dogging everybody that he's been fighting when it comes to taking people down.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I really like Jan. Great boxer, striker. I like the combos he mixes up. Great kicks too. So, yeah, I hope he stays champion for a long time, except when he fights Sean.
No, that's valid. I think that's a great pick. Piotr Jan is very well rounded. As Lucas Tracy would have him in his fucking top 5 and all that type of shit, which I don't agree with that. But great fighter, very entertaining to watch, very deep bag, very deep tool set, and
Yep.
just he's pulling out some shit that you're just like, what the fuck was that? How'd he do that?
I know, yeah.
Just some
And
shit
he
you've never seen
executes it very
before.
well.
Yeah, he does. He executes it like he's been training that move alone for fucking 20
Yeah.
years. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But which he probably has. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think it's a great pick. Yeah, I love me a good Piotr Jan fight. Great technical boxing, and I agree with every point you said. I don't think I can add much else onto that.
Sweet. My second fighter is none other than Sugar Sean O'Malley.
The Sugar Show.
Um,
Sean
the Sugar-
O'Malley.
Sean O'Malley.
Oh.
Just contender series fighter. He's got that great striking, finds the shot down the center line, 1-2, all he needs, and he's got the power in his hands. Um, I think he does have underrated takedown defense. Um, I know he got taken down by Marab in his fight, but yeah, I don't know. I think the Aljamain Sterling fight really impressed me too. I don't care if people say that was an early stoppage. He rocked him. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm kind of one of those people that would say it was a bit of an early stoppage, but I definitely
A bit, but
agree with the fact that he rocked him.
yeah.
I think all of his most of his finishes, or I'm sorry, most of his wins are knockouts. Minus the Marab skid, like it just.
Yep. And then
You can't take that much away from him. He lost to the same fucking
Yeah.
guy twice, and it's like he has a win over Piotr Jan, the current champion, and
Yep.
I think Sean's a very entertaining fighter, very great personality. Arguably should be a bigger superstar than he is. I feel like he maybe
Definitely,
doesn't get enough credit. He's funny, even though he's not on social media anymore. He's very funny on social media and the shit that he posts, and
Yeah,
even
all the
like
podcasts.
yeah, and like even at the White House when he's not doing anything, he's and not getting asked questions, he's
Yeah,
still somehow reaping the benefits from that, which I think
totally.
that's a
Yeah,
great thing. I think that's a very good thing, and it just kind of
yeah.
proves his stardom.
I thought it was kind of disrespectful that they gave him Ayman Zahabi for the White House fight.
Yeah, I mean he called for Eamon Zahabi before Song Yadong, and
Yeah,
I
totally.
don't know. It feels a bit like Sean is ducking Corey, or the UFC just doesn't want it. I don't know, but
I
Corey
don't know
versus
because
Sean on the White
that would
House.
feed, dude.
Yeah, like that would have been generational because they're both Americans. Who cares who would have won?
Yeah,
It would have
it's just
been
style.
it would have been
You
so
know,
good. I
so
mean, I get
great.
it. The White House card was built to have knockouts, so I guess it makes
Totally.
sense.
And
But
Zahabi, I'm not taking anything away from him. I don't care that George St. Pierre trains him. When I heard
yeah,
that, I was like, I honestly thought more when I heard that George trained him. I was like, he's gonna get knocked out.
yeah. Well,
Um,
dude, I'll tell you, I fucking forgot that his brother was Faraz Sahabi. Like,
Gerard,
it
yeah,
just it doesn't like I don't know. He just doesn't
you
carry
just
that
don't think
same
about it,
thing. Yeah, he doesn't carry that same kind of notion as his brother.
or yeah, and you know, I don't know. I think when we were watching the White House card, I think we texted each other before he got knocked out because he started crossing his feet,
Yeah.
just like Jamal does. And any
Yep.
fight, like once they cross their feet against somebody like Sean, who's waiting for you to do something like that,
It's over.
it's over. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yeah,
yep,
I
Sean
agree.
O'Malley.
Great pick.
Yeah. And then I don't really care if I catch flack for this from anybody, just
Mhm.
because I stand pretty true on what I think about Peyton Talbot. He had the Barcelos fight, and I think that humbled him a little bit. And I think that had to happen because he had a lot of hype riding into that fight.
Absolutely.
Um, but not only that, what he's been able to do in the time span since that fight and what he's been able to improve on, I mean, it is crazy. You know,
100%. 100%. Sorry, I was mid yawn.
no,
No,
you're good. You're
I
good.
agree. I think I was gonna say that. I think his rate of improvement is absolutely nuts. And yeah, it's his last win against Cejudo. It's a retiring Cejudo, and it's a Cejudo after he already retired and came back, and I get it, but I think that's still a great win, and even the win before that, against Felipe Lima, that is a fantastic win. I think that's a very underrated win, especially,
I agree.
yeah, he didn't knock him out, but I mean, he arguably dominated him more than he did fucking Cejudo, which
Definitely,
you
dude.
know what I mean? And it's like, and he fucked up Cejudo, like he dominated both of them, but
Yeah.
I think he's a great prospect. I think he's very entertaining. He's got that
Yep.
kind of that it factor, and
Yep.
he's a good personality. He's interesting. He's
Yep.
got a lot going on outside the cage as well, which I think makes it fun to follow him as a personality.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. I like obviously striking, and now on the ground, he's been able to show us that he can get up when he gets taken down. He can
Yes.
pass people's guards.
Mm-hmm.
He can't. He took down Cejudo, which,
Yeah, that
as
inside
you
trip
alluded to,
used it
you know,
against him.
yeah, totally. And I like how he uses his knees. He used
Yes.
his knees very well in the Cejudo fight.
Mm-hmm. I love knees in general. That knee up the middle, I think, is a beautiful
Dude.
strike, and I think
Yep.
O'Malley does it exceptionally well, and Talbot does it very good as well, very well as
Yep.
well. But
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
no, I love that strike, and I think he uses it well, and it's a very very good part, very big part of his
sweet.
tool set.
Yep. I
Yeah, no,
agree.
I
Yep.
think that's a great lineup. I love all three of those picks. I Yeah, I mean, I can't give you shit for it, man. I think Talbot's a very entertaining fighter. So
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I wasn't expecting to get shit per se, but I could just see people,
yeah, no, I get it.
just from the memes.
Definitely, a lot of memes, but I
Yeah.
think I think the fan base is kind of switching a little bit, especially because he hasn't fought in so long. Everybody's kind of like,
Yep.
where the fuck is this guy? And I agree.
Yeah.
Like we
They
need to
should
get him
give him
back.
fights, dude. They're skimping him.
Dude, I don't. I mean, contract says they got to give him fights, but I feel like they're either not giving him fights or they're giving him just atrocious fights. But I don't know.
I know, yeah, like people that they're probably proposing stuff to him, and he's just like, why would I fight this guy?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, but
You
we'll
know,
see. We'll
like,
see.
yep,
I hope he gets a fight soon. But
I agree. Yeah,
cool. Alrighty, well, I will move on to my bantamweight. Okay, so first for my bantamweight, I am gonna go with the Sugar Show as well.
let's go.
Yeah, I mean, you know, great finisher, very entertaining, great personality. The walk-off salute KO against Sahabi at the White House was fucking incredible. It was being an American and watching that made me feel proud, man. No, it was
100%.
it was great. We talked about him. I don't want to harp on it too long, but yeah, I can't go wrong with O'Malley in the bantamweight division. My next pick is gonna be wow, Peyton Talbot. I had a brain fart there. Sorry. Uh, Peyton Talbot, which obviously we just got done talking about. So again, not gonna harp on that much longer. But yeah, I think very entertaining fighter. I would really like to see him get a fight and see him move up the division. I think he's got a great
I agree.
skill set. So
Great pick.
yeah, thank you. And then my last pick, which is kind of where I differ from you a little bit, maybe not as tested as the previous two, but I'm going with Ethan Ewing, man. Fucking Steve from Minecraft himself.
Dude, superb pick.
I love him. The upset, coming in from a different organization, very last minute, with a lot of people, including myself. I guess I just love to ride fucking bandwagons. A lot of people counting him out because of the Wellmaker hype, and to come in and
I counted him out.
yeah, I mean, we both did. A lot of people did, but for him to come in and kind of pick apart Wellmaker like that, to where Wellmaker couldn't bounce back on his next fight as well, I think is more
Yeah.
impressive. It's like, yeah, you could say, oh well, that win doesn't age as well. I agree, but I think it's almost a thing like Gaethje where you kind of like I don't think Ethan Ewing changed him, but like almost revealed the blueprint in a sense.
Totally.
And just kind of stuff like that. And I think his win over his last win, I'm blank spacing on his fucking name, but the body shot KO, Rafael Estevam, that's what it was.
Yes.
Yeah, that body shot KO was fucking gorgeous, and just the lead up to it, dismantling him, taking two undefeated fighters O's. He's supposed to be fighting Farid Basharat on the card tomorrow, and well, maybe not tomorrow when this video comes out, but tomorrow as of the day of filming. Obviously, he pulled out due to injury, but I think if he was gonna fight, I think he would have taken another 0, and it would have been cool. I think it's something cool to have kind of attached to his name, where it's like he's the guy taking, the undefeated fighter 0. And even only with 2 fights in or I guess he has more than 2. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, with 2 fights in the UFC. I love it. I'm fucking more than excited to see him continue to fight and get some new opponents, and I hope he heals up.
No, I agree. I think as far as the bantamweight list goes, it's perfect. I mean, I was on the fence about picking Ethan Ewing too, just because he's an exciting fighter. He's been taking the O's away from all the undefeated guys. So, yeah, I'm excited to see. I really hope they rebook Basharat, and
Yes.
yeah,
Me too. I like that fight, or at least if they're not going to give him that fight, give him another undefeated fighter. You know what I mean? I really like the him fighting undefeated fighters. I think it's dope. I like it a lot.
definitely, yeah.
But yeah, anyway, last weight class. Here we go. I'm going to start off with none other than the fucking champ, Joshua Van. Just
go.
absolute GOAT, bro. I love Joshua Van. He has such tight boxing, such clean boxing. His rips to the body, his his takedown defense, and his defensive wrestling and just everything. Like every fight he's put on has been very entertaining. Being the second youngest champion by a couple days or months or whatever it is from John Jones, I think it's very impressive. Obviously, the fight against Pantoja didn't go the way we wanted it. Borderline fluke win. Not a fluke win because Van caused him to do that, but
Yeah.
borderline fluke win. So I'm excited for them to run that back. I think he wins it. I think it solidifies him even more. I think he's arguably the best flyweight in the division.
Yep.
Him versus Cap feeds fucking generations. Just everything.
That news Falcon.
Yeah, I think he's a great fighter, great champion. I honestly couldn't be happier with him as the champion in this division right now.
Easily. Yeah, I mean, like you said, I love Joshua Van. He's definitely up there as one of my favorite fighters. And I think with the Tatsuro Taira fight, when he got taken down, he showed he could get back up. But he also could show, when Taira was on his back, he had great defense, hand fighting, you know. Because after what Tatsuro did to Brandon Moreno, I mean, that was kind of eye-opening.
Yes, definitely. I would agree, and I agree. I thought that fight was fantastic. That fight arguably was an early stoppage as well, but he had taken so much fucking damage that it's like I kind of get it. But yeah,
He has
I mean,
heart, you know.
he does. But yeah, I think Van is an amazing fighter, very entertaining. I remember when I first heard about him, it was when he was fighting on the Sphere, and I was watching it with one of my homies, and he was fighting out of Texas, and it was before, if I'm not mistaken, it was before he really repped Myanmar, or it just didn't say that he was repping them. I could be remembering wrong, but I
I
remember
think it's
seeing
because
that.
he asked the UFC if he could put his flag on there since he fights out of Austin, Texas, but
Yeah.
he's from how is it?
Myanmar, something like that. Yeah.
And so I think they said once if you get a big win up your belt, like you got
No,
it.
I don't think it's wins. It's you have to go through something specific. Like you have to actually show them that you are a resident of that country. Because I remember,
Oh, really?
yeah, I remember here watching some video about somebody talking about it. I can't remember because it relates to the fight shorts color and all that. But yeah, so I we were watching the Sphere card, and he was fighting out of Texas, and my homie moved to Texas, and so it was like, hell yeah, we're gunning for him because we didn't know who he was, and he put on a fucking hell of a performance. I think it was against Bruno Silva. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I think it was against Bruno Silva.
Beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, great performance. Went on to, put on some other great performances. I was with you when he fought Royval. It just fucking insane. Like, watching that, jumping up and screaming when he knocked Royval down, and then watching Ilya afterwards was a devastating back-to-back fucking, sequence. It was great. I love Van.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more.
Hell yeah. Alrighty. Well, my next fighter, we're gonna go with the Gooch.
What?
The Gooch. The notorious Gooch. I love Horiguchi. I think, he had a great run, a great attempt at a run. In when he was first in the UFC. Had a great fight against DJ, had great fights in general. And I think the fact that he went away, fought in multiple different organizations, and then comes back to the UFC was absolute belt to ass to some of the fucking younger fighters and the maybe not like prospects, but also not necessarily like veterans per se. But yeah, I just whooped him, and I was really excited, to watch him kind of make a run at the belt. Very sad that he lost to Cap, but I'm hoping, he'll come back. I'm confident. He said he's gonna make another run at it, and whatever. But yeah,
I mean, they have to do the trilogy fight because
I like it. I like the trilogy. I mean, not right away, but I like the trilogy fight. I think
I do too.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, love the Gooch, man. Can't go wrong with the Gooch. Just very entertaining all around. Very well rounded. Insane scrambles, very good hands, and just yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And my third fighter, I'm gonna go with Charles Energy Johnson. Another absolutely atrocious haircut, but
Yes.
that's all right. I love Charles Johnson. You know what I mean? He's maybe not the biggest name or, puts on the greatest performances every time or whatever, but I think he's very entertaining, especially with him having multiple knockouts over these younger fighters that are now leading the division or very
Isn't that
close
crazy?
to leading the division. I think it's incredible, and I think it gives him. It is fucking insane. It's so nuts.
It's insane.
But it gives him more of a kind of a backstory, I guess, or more of a reason to be in contention. And I like it. I think he's entertaining. He comes to fight, comes to fucking throw down, get knocked out, or knock somebody out, or get finished or finish somebody. But yeah, he just.
No, I agree.
My only complaint is he needs to shave his fucking head.
Yes. You should go bald.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's good. That's a good flyweight list.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Well, that is my list of my favorite current contenders and or fighters, whatever you want to call them. Yeah.
For my first pick at flyweight, I have Mr. Joshua Van.
Atrocious pick. Not even the real champ. Yeah. Fluke champ.
Casual, right?
Casual take. Fuck
No.
that guy now.
But like you said, I mean, for how long this guy has actually been like fighting for, it's pretty impressive.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I love the kind of slick boxing that he has. From his ability to, mix up the strikes from the head to the body, good counters, fast, he's got the power in his hands.
Yeah.
Very entertaining. He will not dodge smoke from anybody. He will fight anybody. So
I agree.
yeah, I think Cop should stop ducking. I think that'd be a great fight. Fans
I agree.
reportedly talk shit on multiple podcasts about Cop, so
Oh yeah.
I think that needs to happen. But yeah, I mean, from the Tatsudo or Taira fight, that showed a lot to me of what I was kind of scared for when in the Pantoja fight. I just didn't know.
Definitely.
But now it makes me feel a lot more confident. It doesn't really change my outcome of that fight just because Pantoja is a killer all around. But
I agree.
so yeah, Joshua Van, my first pick. My next one, I got the Gooch.
The Gooch.
What's not to like? Like you said, he had a pretty good run when he was first in the UFC. He fought DJ, left for 10 years. He fought he was a champion in multiple other organizations. I think he was a champion in Ryzen and in ONE. But yeah, it's really impressive that he can come back and he's still got it and he's whipping all these young fighters, doing it with ease. And the Cop fight, it was unfortunate because he was doing really good against them. The round before that, he had a takedown on him. It was just kind of like doing whatever he wanted to on the ground with him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he got caught.
Yep.
But yeah, so second on my flyweight list and third.
Great pick. Love the Gooch. Just gotta mention that before you move on.
Oh, 100%.
Love the Gooch.
Love the Gooch. Love it.
Hold up.
Love it.
Bag up, bag up.
Love it.
Oh, Lord, Jesus.
Lonier Kavanaugh. I'm actually really excited to see him fight.
Yes.
I
Great
think,
fight.
a lot of people say stuff about his height with his next fight, but he's got natural power in his hands. He has the ability to mix up shots. He throws good kicks, throws knees. I think he can fight off of his back foot, and I'm curious to see what will happen on the ground.
Yeah.
So.
No, I agree. I think it's a great fight. I think Lonnie Kavanaugh has fantastic striking.
Yep.
I want to see more. Just in general, I'm not necessarily
Same.
because we haven't seen it, but
Yeah.
I just want to see more.
I do want to see more
But yeah,
of what
I
he
like
can do.
Looney. I think that's a great pick, great contender, especially if he pulls out a dub over Royval this weekend. It'll be fantastic. I think that's a great
100%.
pick, a great flyweight lineup, and a great overall tier list.
I will have to say the same to you. And before I came into this, I knew that you were gonna have a good tier list just because of what we talk about and understand.
Yeah, but yeah,
This is
that was
for
our first video for
first video. Yep.
our tier list and an introduction. Hope that wasn't too bad. Hope it went well. We'll figure out the intro and outro and all that. The more videos we make, the more we'll get into a rhythm and all that.
Definitely, yeah. I think, yeah, definitely by the next video, yeah. I mean, we're just gonna have to roll with the punches until we figure out what works for us. But I mean, yeah, for our first video, I think we did a pretty good job. We're stoked. We could sit and talk about UFC and fighting all day in person. So
Absolutely.
the fact that we can do it on YouTube is pretty dope. But yeah, I'm stoked to be here, and I
As
can't
am
wait
I.
for all the other videos in the future and all the other shenanigans we'll get into
Oh yeah.
as Ryan and Thomas.
Yes, as Ryan and Thomas, it'll be great. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I can add much to what you said, honestly.
Great.
Thank you to everybody who did tune in, but
Yep.
yeah, alrighty, well, Cage Side signing out.
Yeah. Peace out.